Unmuted.
We are unmuted.
And on the screen. Hey, camera's there, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Hello,
yeah.
How's it going? Welcome to the CSR live stream, and I will look at the camera correctly now.
It's odd.
Yeah, it is a bit odd, isn't it? But never mind, we'll struggle on. We aren't doing a kind of normal stream this week. It's going to be a bit different. We had a post earlier on in the week for you guys to submit some questions, and we are going to answer them in a fairly relaxed manner.
Yeah. We could be sat on a beanbag, or at least sat upright. That's something.
I think that slouching is better, but we'll see. So if your question does get read out and answered, we'll give you 10 gold keys. That's quite good.
Yeah.
Get yourself a nice shiny new car. Maybe it'll not be shiny, maybe it'll be matte finish. Who knows?
So you've got to listen out for your name to be read. And if you're on Twitter, you need to send us a direct message. If you're on Facebook, you need to send us a private message, personal message,
DMs.
Yeah, and then on YouTube, you need to go to About, and there's a message button in there, and you can send us messages.
We aren't live on Instagram at the moment, are we?
No. Craig's been asking this every 10 minutes for the past few days.
That's my favourite question now.
Are we live on Instagram? No, Craig.
Even if there's no cameras around. Are we live on Instagram right now? Don't know. Anyway, so we'll keep an eye on the chat as well. I've got my Lappy 500 here, which I've just broken the screen on. Very good. I'll try and keep an eye on some stuff. Maybe respond to some of your comments in there. But let's get into it. We've got a list of questions. We're going to read some answers out from them, and we'll see how it goes. Probably not going to be an hour this time. Probably about half an hour, something like that.
Yeah.
We'll see. Let's just go with it. Right. Do you want to do the first question?
So the first question from Laszlo Gini on Facebook is, when is Tempest 3 coming out? And we've also got Will Hernandez on Twitter is asking, all I want to ask is Tempest 3 for the love of everything that's good, when is it coming out?
Yeah. I feel your pain because I really want Tempest 3 as well. I want those elite car licenses to I need the RP. That's what I need. I need the RP. Yeah, but we've got an answer for this. I know it's been delayed in the past. Let's be honest about that. We've had to push things around. Various things go on. That's just the way things are.
Priorities, man. Priorities,
indeed. We do have a release for it. It's penciled in. Well, I say penciled in. We've written it in pen. It's permanent marker now.
Yeah.
And that will be the 119 release. So there's probably going to be a few updates to the 118 build, which has just gone out. We can update about the live race issue in a moment on that, actually. It'll be in 119, coming later in the year. It's the next big release after 118. Numbers. But we can give you a few details about it. It features a character named Rico Rose, who is Ruby Rose's older brother, I think, or is he younger brother? I'm not sure. But here he is. He's appearing.
Older. I think
he does look older. He looks like a bit of a bruiser.
This is Rico. I don't know. He looks like a nice guy.
I think when you have tattoos on your face, it means you've killed someone.
Doesn't mean he's not a nice guy.
No, he could be a nice guy. He's he might look like a bit of a bruiser, but he's got very, very good taste in cars. He's got a bunch of cool cars. There's a bunch of crew cars to win in there. Lots of purple, lots of lightning. Really looking forward to it coming out so I can play it myself as well.
Did you want to touch on the live
the
races?
void races?
Yeah. So as Craig mentioned, we might have a couple of releases under 118 before this major release comes out, and we will be addressing an issue with live races. We've identified the cause. It does unfortunately require a client update, which we're working on as hard and fast as we can. The guys haven't stopped working on it since it was identified, so we're working on getting that out as soon as we can for you guys. Yeah,
cool. Next, can I just point out something?
What are you pointing out?
I want to point out Robert Spaulding said something about purple is the only colour he can see or something. I've lost it in the chat because I don't know how to use Facebook.
Is that a thing? That's incredible.
I don't know, maybe he's that guy from Jessica Jones. He's David Tennant.
Jessica! Yeah, That's good.
Yeah, I know.
Why did they turn you down for the role?
Didn't apply for it, mate. Right, next question.
So we've got Thomas Black on Facebook has said, will the night racing mode be introduced? Great.
First off, hello, ramen noodles.
Hi,
ramen noodles. Hello. So night racing, we do have a few tracks that feature nighttime. We have some wet weather tracks. So the tracks kind of get cycled through every now and then. Sometimes we prioritize certain tracks for certain events. With the Fast and Furious event, which starts today, it might already be live now. I don't have my iPad with me today. There is a new track in that, and that is a nighttime track. It's our old, what we call West Coast track. It's been completely rebalanced, relit. I don't know what the other kind of terms are to describe it, but it looks amazing now.
It looks incredible.
Lots of really cool silhouettes going on, and of course with all the new Fast and Furious stuff, neon lights, man. Finally we get neon lights, underglow, pink nitro boost on the S2000, and I'm sure you probably know from the Icon update what the next car is. The amazing looking Sea West Skyline? Is that right?
Yeah, the R34 looks incredible.
Yeah, 1999 car. That's quite old for us, really, isn't it?
It is a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, it's good though. It's a crazy car. So that has blue neon skirts, bright blue boost. I think with the Fast and Furious cars that we're adding throughout this series, we're kind of having a signature colour boost and glow for all of the cars. Yeah. So it's really cool.
That's
super exciting by those
for
cars.
some of the cars that are coming up.
We can't talk about them, but next question. Let's go.
So the next question is for Brandon McDonald on Facebook. We need to make more cars and make them easily bought too, like with money.
Like with money. So this question kind of, there's a few different versions of this question that came in.
Yeah.
So in terms of more cars, we had about 30-ish cars to the game every 6 or 7 weeks or something like that. I don't know the actual numbers, but we do add a lot of cars. We're constantly updating all of the cars, so some cars will get adjustments that most people won't notice.
Yeah.
But our vehicle team are very dedicated in terms of getting the kind of details right on those cars.
I mean, we can say that we are adding sort of double the number of cars that we added on the first year of launching CSR2. So our cadence
lots of cars.
Yeah, it's increasing.
Samuel GT2, pepperoni and sausage milli. Don't know what that means. Can you make the Bugatti Veyron buyable with money? Actually, we can talk about the buyable with money thing.
Yeah.
So that was another question that was coming in, was can we get more cars in, say, the dealership that you can buy with gold or cash?
Oh, with in-game currency?
Sure, yeah.
Right.
Not real dollar monies. So we will be adding more cars to the showroom to buy, just generally. I think... and I wouldn't quote me on this because I checked earlier on, and I think one of the Fast and Furious cars is going to be a gold purchase rather than a cash thing. So so there will be more cars that you can buy in the dealership with the in-game currency rather than in-app purchase.
Yeah.
And we will try and add more showroom cars to buy because not everyone wants to spend, and that's fair enough. Good question. Let's see what the next one is.
So we've got a message from Melinda Yap on Facebook.
Melinda Yap.
Do you really accept negative comments?
Yeah, of course we do.
We read every comment that comes through. Obviously, some of them we don't reply to, right?
Yeah,
but
so
we don't have time to reply to all messages anyway.
No, like all of the chat that's going on, it's hard to keep up with all of it. Are there going to be any new crew perks, for example? Lots of stuff. Shout out to Far Beyond Driven. I can't just read out the chat. That would be a very strange stream for us.
It would be very bizarre.
Shout out to Killer Squirrels, though, from Ray Shoemaker. What was the question?
It was about accepting negative comments. And yes, we do read them.
Of course.
We occasionally reply to them, but it's not preferential treatment on one or the other. It's just
a lot of the time. The negative comments come with a lot of passion, and we need to understand where that passion's coming from and how we can best deal with it and best put the things back into the game. And we talk to a lot of people. There's a lot more surveys and things going out now, I believe, on email and things like that. So if you aren't subscribed to all of those kind of things, then make sure you are. The negative comments and things like that are equally as important to us as positive comments, I would say.
The only thing we would say is if you have got a negative comment, negative feedback, we're taking note of it, but tell us what you like as well, because it's just as important, right? Yeah,
I think the thing about negative comments is they're really good, but they're even better when they come with like a constructive kind of part. Like, we know that like live races is kind of hard to connect a lot of the times, or we know the rarity of certain cars is frustrating because you might not get the car that you want. But if you guys have ideas for solutions, we'd love hearing about those kind of things as well, because we can feed them back to Tom and everyone on the design team, and they can get all that stuff.
Or if you're having an issue with connecting to a live race, then we need to know more information. We need to know, what's going on. Customer service portal is a really good place to give that kind of information.
There's a question in there. How do I scroll up on this? Ashley Brown. Oh no, I've scrolled the wrong way. Is there going to be a Toyota Supra in the future to ease it? So cool. Ashley Brown, I cannot tell you if there is going to be a Toyota Supra in the game. There isn't. There's a long list of cars, basically. We know. So at Geneva, actually, when we were doing some streams from there, they unveiled the Toyota GR Supra, which is like a
racing concept.
Yeah, like a track car, right? And there was a lot of buzz around that car. People loved that car. So what we like to do with all of the cars that we bring to the game, look at that haircut, amazing, is we try and bring the kind of most modern stuff and the freshest stuff that people want. I think things like the Fast and Furious are a bit of a rarity, I guess is maybe the right word for it, because they're quite iconic cars, right? We want to kind of give people the best car experience they can. Maybe in the future we can bring a Supra in. I've got a lot of love for the Supra as well. I've got a friend who's got who did up a kind of banged up Supra, and he's got it in a really, really nice ruby red finish. Man, it looks incredible. But he's put a lot of work into it, and I'd love to get something like that.
It's
again.
Definitely a popular car. Good
shout, Ashley Brown.
So Tim Merland on Facebook says, when is live racing going to work? Going on 4 months now and still not able to race. I have an iPhone 8 Plus and a great internet connection. We're actively working on this all the time. Right?
Yeah. Network issues, I think, is probably one of our biggest bugbears at the moment. It's not always in our control. There's so many different factors in terms of getting that network code stable, making sure that connections are reliable and all of that kind of stuff. And some of it is completely out of our control.
You've got ISPs that have different setups. We've got a worldwide audience, so we have issues that are unique to different parts of the world. There's any number of issues, and of course those setups are changing all the time. So we're finding new issues based on ISPs and carrier networks changing their setups. We're also, we're not a team of thousands of people, and the guys that are here are working on other things at the same time. So we do have to prioritize between different issues, and it could be a sexy new feature, but it could also be a compliance issue or something that we legally have to respond to. So
that's true. There's always a long list of things that we're trying to get through.
GDPR.
I just noticed GDPR. I just noticed that Derek is in the chat on Facebook. Shouts out, Derek. Right, we should probably do another question, right, from the list. Can't remember.
Yep. So we are the Cheshire.
The Cheshire
on Facebook.
Nice.
Might be pronouncing that wrong. Will there ever be a crew challenge allowing crew members to race each other?
Ooh, I don't think there's an immediate plan for it, and I know that me and Hoops have had a lot of chats about this in the past where it would be really cool if you could just suddenly drop a pin on the map or whatever and say, hey, here's a friendly cup that we can all contribute.
You know what the problem is with that, right?
What's that?
And that's that if you're playing with your crew, then it can be more easily gamed.
Oh yeah, like you could rig it so you're win trading or whatever. Yeah. So that's kind of the complication.
One of the issues.
Yeah.
That, and it's just one of the many things that we'd like to do. One of the many valuable things we'd like to do. The reality is we have to look at what benefits a huge, the wider audience, and it's on the list for sure. If you're interested in that, if you agree with the Cheshire, then please mention it in the comments, right?
Agree with the Cheshire.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
So we've got Charles Witherson on Facebook says, when are we going to see the Celine S7, the SSC Ultimate Aero, the McLaren F1, or the Jaguar XJ220, or the Cadillac SLR? And I can tell you with absolute confidence that a large number of those cars are on our radar.
They're on our radar, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, these are all really cool cars.
We don't have licenses for any of those. So the thing is, like Celine and was it SCC? We don't have and Cadillac. I don't think we have those in the game at the moment, right? We don't have any of those brands in the game.
Yeah, I mean,
so we need to do a bunch of work together.
These are all really cool cars, right? And we want all the coolest cars in the game. So keep an eye out. Fingers crossed. Well, they'll come to the game soon.
Jennifer Patrick, we want to race crew members. Jennifer's on board. Okay. Shout out to Crew Aftermath as well, I think someone said. Interesting. Very good.
What comes after the crew?
After the crew, it's just a void.
Oh.
It's a lifeless void. Right. Pizza Fox on YouTube is saying, is more car customization coming? Yeah, we do want to add more car customization. Mm-hmm. So I know that, I don't know if we've got a question on there about permafresh stuff, but the permafresh cars, I know that people want to customize those. We are actively looking at a way we can make that happen. I know I say that kind of almost every week, but it takes a long time for us to get stuff like that into the game when it affects kind of a lot of different systems, and we need to make sure that every car can support it. And because we've got over 150 cars now or something like that,
easily, including variants.
Yeah, so that we need to make sure that every single car can be customized in that way. It takes a lot of time, but we do want to do it. We do want to make sure that you guys can customize those permafresh cars. I'd love to be able to customize some of my Liberty Walk rides.
Was that Pizza Fox?
I think that was Pizza Fox, yeah.
Plus, we need to get the shader right for when we change our tyre valve dust caps.
I mean, that's the most important thing, isn't it? Tyre valve.
Practice.
No, dust caps are the hardest thing to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone's asking for a helicopter as well.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll get a helicopter.
But we need a specific make and model. I mean, come on.
Yeah, get one of those car helicopters.
Sabir Ahmed on Facebook says, introduce parts exchange system where the player can exchange their unused Stage 6 and Fusion parts with those which they need.
Again, yeah, it's a good idea, right? Like we love hearing about the kind of ideas like that you guys have. We often talked internally about say having an auction house where you can put things up for sale and all that kind of stuff. But it always comes down to making it fair, making it balanced, making it not gameable, as Ben said earlier on.
Yeah, as soon as you can trade them, people will figure out a way to game that system.
Yeah, and especially within a crew, we need to make sure that it's not necessarily giving one crew a massive advantage over every other crew for crew championships and things like that. But there are some talks going on about how do we make it easier for people to get fusion parts that they want. I was having a chat with Yves, one of our designers. He's got a very cool idea which hopefully we'll put into action at some point, which will make getting what you want a bit easier.
Sweet. Cool.
Yeah.
We've got a message from Nantis Loxton on Facebook. Can CSR Racing 2 in future please just have body kits, a much wider variety of liveries and rims be in the next update? And why is there no Toyota Tundra in the game? I don't know if they make body kits
for the Toyota Tundra.
Toyota Tundra.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Before we answer that, Alex Arroyo is asking if he can get a shout out for Big Dog Racing. Big Dog Racing shout out, and then he's put like a muscle arm.
Yeah.
Doing that. Good.
That's good. You look a little bit disembodied there. That's very strange.
I always look disembodied.
So, where were we? We were talking about the body kits, right? So yeah, we'd love to add more customization to the game. We'd love to add more body kits. We definitely have a roadmap full of exciting customized cars.
Yep.
And I can't wait for you guys to see some of the ones that are coming up. Yeah. I don't know that the Toyota Tundra is on the roadmap.
I don't even know what a Toyota Tundra looks like. Is it a truck? Sounds like a truck.
I don't know if you'd call it a truck.
SUV?
Yeah.
Before we move on, Akshay Pethkar, I think, hopefully I'm pronouncing your name right, can Fast and Furious and other rare cars come in daily battle, please?
Oh,
that's a good shout, man.
Yeah.
We do that with the Crew Championship cars.
Yeah, we prioritise them so you get to see them as soon as they're in the game.
Yeah, but we don't do that with some of the kind of rarer cars, like say the Centenario, the Fast and Furious cars. Yeah, that's a good idea. I don't know if we'll be able to do it, but good shout, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a message from Mark Gilbert on Facebook. Can you build a feature that lets crewmates share gold keys and fusion parts and money between them? So we kind of spoke about this, but he says specifically this would help struggling crews grow.
Yeah, again, like there's a lot of things we need to be aware of with that kind of stuff. So to talk about the currency trading idea there, that gets into a land of strange positions for us, where
a land of strange
positions. Yeah,
okay.
I'm not sure what that land looks like, but it's quite strange. So say, because a lot of the currency can be bought with in-app purchases and things, and legally I'm not sure where we would stand or where you guys would stand if you could trade those things. I think that would be quite a complicated thing to work out. So I'm not sure that we'd kind of allow cash, gold, key trading.
There'd be different rules for different regions of the world as well.
Yeah. But things like fusion parts and stage 6, I know that people want to trade them because they've got lots of excess parts and things, but we, as I was saying before, we kind of chatted about things with Yves. I was chatting with Yves earlier on in the week, and he has got an interesting idea which I think we're going to try and push forwards with, which will hopefully make use of your spare parts maybe, and maybe you'll be able to get something more useful out of it. So yeah, it's definitely on the list of things we want to address.
You got one in there?
I can find one.
No, it's fine. I'll crack on with.
There's loads of them.
Paul. Whoa! These some of these names, guys, they're testing me. I apologise if I'm butchering them. I can handle Paul Pizzolarusso on Facebook. Ready? Here's my question.
Yeah.
I'm ready, Paul. Make RP points. Well, that's not a good start for a question. Make RP points in all races instead of live racing. Make cars available to buy instead of always going for crates, which are a waste. You never get what you want. Make races more money so you can upgrade your car and your garage and make stage 6 parts easier to get. So there's a lot of changes there. Where do you want to start with that, Craig?
Probably the first part, if there was a first part.
Yeah, so the first part is RP points in all races instead of live racing. So you do get RP points.
Yeah. So the reason why we have more RP available in live racing is because we want to have more. So there's more skill involved in playing a real person.
It's harder. It takes a bit longer.
Yeah.
As well.
So that's kind of why we want to focus the RP. Or the massive RP that you can get there. You can get massive RP through completing cups with your crewmates and things like that. So that's a good place to use it. Doing events, things like that, and of course using your wildcards to boost your performance, or maybe making your car elite with Tempest 3 when that comes around in the 119 build. Yeah. What was the next part?
The next one was make cars available to buy instead of going for crates. So we talked about that. We did say that we would be adding more cars to the dealership over the next year.
Yeah. In terms of crates as well, I know a lot of people
rare imports.
Sorry, rare imports. Yeah. In terms of rare imports, a lot of people kind of wonder why they get 1-star cars sometimes, all that kind of stuff. We did do a lot of work to the rare import system a little while ago to make sure that we can make that a bit more dynamic. So hopefully with the recent events you've noticed there's more kind of special rare imports which are targeted towards specific things.
Plus we've also introduced the cap now, right? So
the loyalty reward.
Yeah, you're going to get the car at the end of it no matter what. So that's a great feature. I've benefited from that loads.
Yeah, me too.
We've got, hang on, we're still on Paul's question. Make races more money so you can upgrade your car, your garage, and make stage 6 parts easier to get. So we've talked about the money aspect a little bit with live versus sort of single player races. So you can obviously gain quite a little bit in live races with bets, but also the special events, right? The special events that come around, you can earn quite a decent amount of cash from them.
Yeah.
Make sure that when they pop up, you have a look at what the rewards are and you pick and choose the ones that you want. Anything that has gold or soft currency for me, I'm usually all over it. Just
Greg Thabos on YouTube says 15 pulls is too damn many. Yeah, maybe. But the thing is, we can start balancing that, right? The more feedback we get about things like that is good for us. We can try experiments, but we need to kind of plan them in. So the more information you guys can give us, the better we can make things. Shout out Omega.
No, I think it's just a shout Omega.
Oh, Omega.
That's what and making stage 6 parts easy to get. I mean,
so
that's kind of, you were speaking to that earlier, right? With Eves, one of our designers, saying that he's got an idea for getting the parts that you want. We've also improved the drops on cars and parts around the special events as well. So if you're participating in the events, in the regular cadence of events, you should notice that Rare Imports treats you well. Yeah, hopefully.
So Alex Arroyo is saying he'd say 10 pulls is more fair. I mean, probably, I guess. We can, I can't promise anything because it's not me that makes these decisions, but I think we could probably try some of these things out.
I would say. Made the decisions.
I make all of the decisions.
Just checking. I just want to
hang on. Shout out Radioactive Club, please. Radioactive Club. They wouldn't last.
Is that like
long.
a bat that's a radioactive club?
Oh, like Negan from The Walking Dead.
Or is it a group of people that like to get radioactive?
It's probably both. People that like to
come together.
They slurp up the radioactive juice like Ninja Turtles, and they also wield bats, which are radioactive.
Baseball. Yeah, that's good.
Good.
So we've got Kirkin Lufkin.
Shout out the Ink family, guys. Fair enough. What's Kurt's
Kirkin Lufkin on Twitter. Sorry, not on Facebook. When is there going to be new cars that can be bought with cash? The last one was the Porsche Boxster. So we have spoken to this. We are going to be adding more cars to the dealership.
Yeah.
Assuming you're talking about in-game cash, because there are a few cars that you can buy for real cash.
Someone, I think John McKay on Facebook is asking, is there a way to submit bugs? You can use the help shift. Is it called help shift?
Yeah. If you take this, I will show.
So Ben's going to find it on his device where you can do it, but the best way is to do it through customer services, right?
Yeah, I'm going to show you exactly where you can do it.
Also, Derek, the General Lee and the A-Team van. I'm not sure we'd ever add those into the game, man. They're cool cars, but
they're not very fast.
A-Team van can go hella fast, man. You can put some...
Yeah?
They put loads of rockets in the back and it goes really quick.
Yeah.
So, you just got the pop-ups for the...
I have. I need to... no, I can't play it right now, can I? No, I was going to bring up the... Yeah, okay.
No, let's show the...
That's fine, I'll bring it up.
Place to submit
we'll get it up.
Bugs or issues.
Yeah, okay, so if you go to your... Right now, Donna. Okay, so if you open your side panel, I don't know if you can see there we go. If you open your side panel here, don't worry about that Bloomberg pop-up, and you go to your settings, which is the far right one, and you scroll down to support and you hit the support button, it will bring up the support menu. And in there you can get help. You can you can provide feedback in there as well. So or you can just hit the contact us button in the top right and send your message through. That is the best way to provide us feedback, because we get reports and summaries all the time from those guys.
Someone say get the mystery machine now. Why are we wanting all of these spooky cars?
Yeah.
Hey, there's a question from George Franco saying, ask CSR2, when is AR mode coming to Android? So
I don't know
I'm
if
not
you guys
sure on the
saw...
release, but recently, so GDC is a thing which happens and
every year, Game Developers Conference.
Yep, and to cut a long story short, we have developed a plugin which allows us to bring AR Core, which is the Google version of the AR SDKs that we need to rely on, to Android devices. It's something which no one else is doing, basically.
Well, very few people.
Very few people are doing, and we've had a very talented man make something which is basically allowing us to have the same feature that we've got on iOS come out on Android using technology which was said to be impossible to support it. So it is coming.
He's written it from scratch in-house. His computer monitor has looked like scrolling through the Matrix for the last few weeks. It has actually. And we're hoping to get that out to you guys very soon.
I want to get more people on AR mode because it's really good. Greg the boss is said, Craig, do I get 10 gold keys? I can't remember what we said for you, Greg the boss, but we did say something. Terry's giving a thumbs up. Greg the boss, you will get 10 gold keys.
She's feeling generous. It's bank holiday weekend.
Facebook or YouTube?
He's on YouTube.
We've got one more question on there.
We have got one question. Go for it.
The question that is left on here is from Jonex on... Oh, sorry. JonenX.
No, hang on. We've got the one from Ravi.
Oh, that's right. You interrupted me.
Sorry.
I didn't forget
Ravi.
that.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
So, from Ravi on Twitter. Are we ever going to get full mile races because cars like the Zenvo and the Porsche 918 need more room to gallop with all that power? I mean, the problem with a full mile in CSR Racing 2 is obviously the assets that are required, the size of the track. I mean, it would be a great idea, and it's not something that we're disregarding. It's definitely there in the background for the right event type, the right type of cars. When we add the Bloodhound SSC, that's when we're probably going to need a mile. Not least of which because it will take up most of
when we add
the track in length.
Concorde.
You're one of them.
So we know that as a game we are quite heavy in terms of app size. Like I suffer from it on my iPad. It's only 16 gig. I have to delete and reinstall every time.
And that goes back to what you were saying earlier about making sure that we cycle around our tracks to make sure that it's varied and exciting. But we've got loads of tracks. We don't want to give them all to you at the same time. Otherwise, you'd have all these different environments on your device.
It would be interesting to have a mile-long drag. I mean, the times would be interesting for that because I think the guy Ravi was saying something about the 918, right? And the 918, I've got that car, and I'm pretty certain I can get it over 300.
And that's the other interesting thing with going to a mile is that all of our testing, all of our kind of smoke and unit testing that happens, all of the balancing that happens is based on a limit to a half mile. We don't test beyond half a mile. So if you imagine what happens at 3/4 and a mile, it would require a lot of work to go over. So we'd almost certainly have to restrict it to certain cars. But it's not a no. It's something that if you guys are interested in mile-long races, if you're keen to hear about it, then feedback through the support on device or put a comment on Facebook or YouTube. I'd love to see it.
It would be good, wouldn't it? Maybe for electric cars when we start. Because electric cars don't have gears, so it's another awkward thing for us to add in.
It's if you guys didn't already know, we've got the Koenigsegg Regera in the game. That doesn't have gears, but Christian von Koenigsegg, the owner of Koenigsegg, actually designed a custom solution for us, explaining how the direct drive system works. So it's the only car without a gearbox that currently exists in CSR. in the CSR world.
Yeah. We should touch on a question which a few people have asked. I'm picking the one by Andrew Caracciolo from Facebook, saying, will there ever be pink slip races for other cars? Never say never, but it's one of those things that people will be able to game it, right? So if you say I turn up in a Dodge Demon and Ben's in a Abarth 500, clearly one of those is going to win. It's the Abarth. But we might game it so that, that's what we'd say. Ben would win in his Abarth and he would get my Demon. And that is maybe a bit unfair. So we'd need some way of policing it.
We have to worry about trading between accounts using SMP, synchronous multiplayer, to game it and share cars. We also need to worry about security, right? If there are still people cheating, then we need to focus on making multiplayer races more secure and fair before we can really think about starting to let people swap cars around. But definitely, like Craig said, never say never. It was actually, I think we can say that when we were designing CSR2, it was actually one of the things that was like right there on the initial design documents, right? As soon as multiplayer came out, right, we're having pink slips.
Yeah.
But it kind of evolved out as it became less important, less critical.
Yeah, cool.
Last question on here is from JoanNX, or Joan NX on Twitter.
Yeah.
How did you decide on a 10 gold pull loyalty reward? So someone touched on this in the comments on YouTube. The proposed equal value of 15 silver to 10 gold makes absolutely no sense. 5 would have been much more fair, albeit still nonsense, with a lack of non-paid avenues to obtain gold keys. #RCSR2.
I can't remember what the response is, because Christine wrote
Christine wrote a great response to it, and it's almost exactly what I was thinking. So, like, we put a lot of time and a lot of thought into, and like there's a lot of science behind a balanced, fair decision here. And I guess the best thing, I'll see if Christine's put anything else here. So we're always evaluating the fairness. We had to look into what the majority of players actually do spin during a Gold Cup to decide on the number. But we can promise you that it's based on a huge amount of data on what players are actually doing. We're constantly evaluating if player patterns change, then we may well change the behaviour to accommodate. But it's definitely fair for the very vast majority of players. And obviously, you've got to bear in mind that although we're talking about a 10 limit for when you get the car, we're also changing the likelihood of getting the car that you want, right? Okay. So there's still a huge chunk of players that aren't waiting until 10 to get the car.
Sure.
So, it's a difficult balance, and we appreciate your feedback. It's definitely duly noted.
Yeah.
And we'll continue to evaluate.
Yeah, I think we're probably done.
We are.
Because we were meant to be quite quick on this one, and we went for longer than we were supposed to already.
We did. I just like to sit next to you, Craig.
Well, the feeling's mutual, Ben.
So we've got a list of gold key winners on the screen here. If you sent a message to CSR2...
Shall I try and give that a bit more contrast so I can... Hang on, this way.
Yeah, that's...
Why is that going to work?
No, it's not going to work.
No, it doesn't work.
There we go. Right, so if your question was answered, you won 10 gold keys. That's pretty awesome. So you got, you've got a couple of cool cars out of that.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. And if you're on Twitter, that means you need to send us a direct message. If you're on Facebook, it means you need to send us a private message. And if you're on YouTube, you need to go to the About page on our CSR Racing homepage and then hit message to send us a message. Get in contact and we will send you your keys. Do you want to rattle through the winners?
We can do.
That's it.
I've got to use my laptop today.
This way, up, yeah.
Right.
Laszlo Geem on Facebook, Will Hernandez on Twitter, Thomas Black on Facebook, Brandon McDonald on Facebook, Melinda Yap on Facebook, Tim Merlin on Facebook, The Cheshire on Facebook, Charles Witherson on Facebook, Sabir Ahmed on Facebook, Nantis Laxon on Facebook, Mark Gilbert on Facebook, Paul
Pizzolorusso?
Pizzolorusso, on Facebook, Kirkin Lufkin on Twitter, Ravi on Twitter, Jonanex on Twitter, Ashley Brown on Facebook, Pizza Fox on YouTube, Akshay Pethkar on YouTube, George Franco on YouTube. It's really hard because he's behind the microphone.
Oh yeah, let's move the mic.
Greg the Boss on YouTube, and Andrew.
There we go. That's better, isn't it?
Caracciolo on Facebook.
Yeah,
just creating a world of problems.
I know, that's what I do. Woo! Yeah, thank you for tuning in. I know this has been a bit of a strange one, but if you guys want us to do more of this kind of thing, so maybe you want to have more of a Q&A.
Every few streams, maybe we just focus on questions and answers for you guys.
Yeah, maybe we can get other people to answer your questions as well. You kind of hear from us a lot, but maybe we can get someone else to come on.
So as always, hashtag AskCSR2, and we'll see you for the next stream.
Yeah. See you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Is it this one here? Is it?
Yeah.
Just press that button and it's.
Then it goes on.
Oh.